Hey guys, I thought I'll do a character design video this time, so I made this naive looking lava creature. He's not a lava monster, just a lava creature, so I didn't want to make him look scary, more of a curious childlike creature. So let's start. First, I have to create basic skeleton or structure of the character. To do so, I'm just taking a small round brush with shape dynamics and transfer pen pressure on and start drawing the structure. So here I want to draw him a bit hunched or lean forward. So just drew few lines to point out which direction his body will go and drew his head part, and then I'm drawing around that basic part of his body shape. I'm mostly giving more thicker legs and arms to the character because first of all it will give a less threatening look as well as a bit cartoony look maybe, and also since he is made of rocks, I'm assuming that this kind of feature should be present. His thick legs can carry his weight and his thick forearms are needed for his strength. This is just some of my imagination that I use while drawing. Now this hand I want to create a bit bendy, so I just drew the basic points where the bends will occur and where are the joints, and then I drew around it and I'm creating a basic finger movement. Now it's a bit bigger than the proportion, so let me just resize it. Now I just reduce the opacity of this layer and taking it as a guide, and on a different layer I'm giving more detail to the character sketch. I'm drawing a bit edgy face because since he's a lava creature, I'm guessing that he came out of a pile of rocks, so he will have a lot of edges and lot of cracks and corners in his body, so I'm drawing accordingly. These cracks and unevenness will give him that rocky look. You can look into different images of rocks from Google or from different websites to get more ideas if you haven't drawn anything like this. So I'm sticking with 3 fingers for this creature. Now drawing his other hand and giving some edgy corners, giving a bit detailed look to his fingers. Now similar way I'm drawing his body, rest of the body. I'm making sure to keep his legs are wider. I want to give a look of a mountain, like from a wider bottom it just goes up a bit thinner. Now just resizing his head a bit. Since I drew him in a hunched position, I didn't draw any neck. Now to make him look less scary or less threatening, I'm giving more of roundish eyes and a very naive roundish kind of mouth, so that it looks like he's more curious or naive kind of creature rather than more threatening. Now I have started coloring the creature with a medium gray color. Since he is a lava creature, it will have such a grayish blackish shade on him. This color will just form the base mass of the creature, and then I will add other shades on top of it. Okay, so I've done with the base color. So on a new layer I have started giving more detailing of the creature, like cracks and additions on his body, as if he is made of a lot of rocks, like a pile of rocks. So there will be the joints that can be seen. So I'm drawing random irregular lines, like natural looking lines, which will give it more rocky look. Also I'm adding some crack within the rock itself. So there are 2 kinds of cracks that I'm making. Now I just added a layer and I just clipped it with the base color layer so that no color will go out of the base color. And I'm giving a darker shades of gray here just to give more depth to the rocks. And there are places where there will be darker shadow. There I'm giving a very dark shades of gray. I'm giving this dark shade to show the joints between the rocks and the shadows that is created by these joints, and it will also give more layered look to the creature. The more you will see pictures of lavas or the lava rocks, etc., you will get this kind of idea and you will know where to give how much shades. Now I'm back to shade the body of the rock with darker gray color, and since I did not define any particular light source or any particular direction of light source, I'm just giving a generic shade, but I'm trying to keep his front side, that is his face and chest, and that side lighter so that our focus will be on his face. But to give a neutral lighting or to give the impression that there's no proper light source, I'm not making it extremely prominent or extremely obvious. Now I'm adding another shades of gray, which is a shade between the light gray and the dark gray, to make it look more blended, and I'm just giving it in between to blend it properly. Now I've taken a brush with transfer option on, soft brush, and giving a grayish bluish color, a blue color with gray shade or gray tint, and adding it to his body with the shade. And I'm giving different shade of blue as well, like a bit darker, a bit lighter, just to mix it with the gray and give him a bit of bluish hue. So I've started blending the colors with smudge tool, and I've taken a texture brush to smudge. It's just rough blending. I'm not going to blend the entire color like this. This is just to get the idea how the blended color will look. Also, the reason I took a textured brush for smudge is because so that the mixture will have a texture, the exterior look rough like a real rock. So I did not use any smooth brush to smudge the colors. Now I'm just taking a texture brush. You can take any from these few brushes. I'm just using the default brushes that comes with Photoshop. You can use customized brushes here as well. Now using the similar colors that I've already used and giving a bit of texture on the body of this creature, and I kept the transfer option on so that I can control the pressure, and also I lowered the opacity so that I can blend between two colors when needed. So this brush is serving me two purposes. First, it will give a better, more prominent textures, and second, it will help me blend the colors. Now I just changed the opacity to 100% and giving more shades using color picker tool and continuously picking color from the image and brushing in between so that the blending looks more natural. If you're using Windows while using the brush tool, just press Alt key and it will turn into color picker, so you can continuously pick and brush at the same time like this. As you can see, it is also giving a bit texture on his body, making his eyes and mouth darker so that later on when I will add fire or lava in them, it will look more prominent with a darker background. Now on a new layer, I took a soft brush and with transfer on and just coloring the eyes and the mouth, that is the openings, with orange color, giving a very soft orange color and shading it with yellow. So the base color is orange and on top I'm giving yellow shade. I'm just using two colors here. You can use more color to express fire. Now I took a thin brush with shape dynamics pen pressure on and transfer on and start painting the cracks as if the lava can be seen through these cracks or coming out of these cracks, following the cracks path. While drawing the orange lines, I'm making some part thick and some parts thinner so that it will give difference of thickness and depth of the cracks. And on top I am shading it with yellow in certain parts where I want the lava to be brighter. I'm giving a hint of yellow. Okay, so I continued to draw this way and I've done the rest of the cracks and corners like this, smudging a bit to blend both the colors. Now giving similar color to the ear of the creature. Now this is how it looks with lava flowing through his body. Now on a different layer in overlay mode, I gave black shades and just blurred it. This shade I gave to give it more depth and reduce the opacity so that it doesn't look too dark. After doing that, now I added another layer with overlay mode and I'm just brushing the yellow color that I used for the lava on top of the cracks where the lavas are seen so that it will look more lively, more bright. And now wherever it looks like overdone, there I'm just erasing with the low opacity eraser and smudging the extra color with rest of the body to blend it properly. Now I've taken the orange color that I have used for the lava and took a soft brush with a bit lower opacity and transfer on and started brushing like this, like a kind of smoke, orange smoke coming out of the lava. It's just for the extra effect to create around him and his body. Now I do same with yellow color. I'm just shading those orange smokes with a bit of yellow, especially closer to the lava cracks. And I also gave those smoke a little bit in his openings, like his eyes and mouth and ear. Now I've taken a hard brush and made the size very small and turned on size jitter in shape dynamics and scattering and kept pen pressure on, and then drew these small particles, you can say, with the smoke, like small burning particles coming out of his cracks and his openings, mouth and eyes, etc. So I used again both the colors orange and yellow to draw these particles. Now I'm giving same effect on back of his head as well and adding some smoke to it and some particles as well. Now that our main character is done, I'm moving towards making the supporting character, the character that will give depth and meaning to our main character, which is a butterfly here. So I'll just take a blue color and a very thin brush and drawing one wing of the butterfly, and then I'm just duplicating it and positioning it accordingly using free transform tool and distort tool to give it an angular look. Now just with black color I'm drawing its body. Now shading its wings with darker blue color to give it more definition, and then I'm giving lighter blue color to give a bit of color dynamics, and now smudging both the color with a textured brush, giving little bit of more shades on the wings. Now giving a bit of design on the wings using a scattered brush. You can give any kind of design here. I'm just giving a quick design. Now positioning the butterfly closer to the creature's finger as if it's going to sit on its finger. I hope it will not, otherwise it will burn or die in heat or something, but at least it finds the creature friendly, so it is coming closer to it. Giving a bit of yellowish hint on its wings and then giving a blue glow with a soft brush. So basically it's not a common butterfly but some kind of a magical butterfly. I'm giving a bit of pixie dust, how do you call it, some magic sparkles, and drawing a blue spot on the creature's finger, so it shows that the light of the butterfly is reflecting on his hand, and just blurring it, smudging it and making it look more natural. So basically the butterfly is not uncommon butterfly, so even if it sits on his finger may not die because it's magical butterfly. I don't know, it's just some story that I thought of while painting. So while you're drawing a character, while you're creating a character, you always need to think of a backstory of the character, what kind of character it will be and how its characteristics will be, attributes will be, and how you can show its characteristics with simple terms and maybe with such small supporting characters and all. I just made the background a bit darker and giving a bit of shadow, but since there's no specific light source or direction, I'm just giving the shadow at the bottom, middle, and instead of having shadow on one side, and I'm reducing the shadow's opacity as light as possible, so to give the idea that the light is very soft and not very direct. So this is my final result with shades, and I just gave a bit of vignette effect on the side, so our focus, our viewpoint fixed set on the character. So you can try it yourself and see what you can come up with and maybe talk about it here. Just comment below, and if you like this video just subscribe and like it and share it with your friends who wants to draw something like this or who wants to get inspired about character designs. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.